I needed stitches after both of my pregnancies. I had a bad tear after my first, but the hospital did a really good job of making sure that they stitched me well. Even though I had epidurals, I could still feel it a bit, but it wasn't sort of terribly painful or anything, just more of an odd sensation. A bit like the feeling of dental floss between your teeth, and sort of feelings of tugging. My sort of tips are more for aftercare. When you have stitches, the idea of going to the bathroom can be quite scary for a lot of people. And if you have increased sensations to pain, that can be even more concerning. This tip might not feel okay for some people to do, but if you are okay with it, doing your first wee in the bath or the shower can be so helpful with both the fear of the sting, but also because it's washing the urine away as it's coming out. It means that it doesn't stay near the stitches, so that can be really helpful. If that idea is one that you're not too keen on, then filling a jug with sort of like lukewarm water and pouring that sort of down sort of over you while you are having a wee on the loo can be helpful, but I just didn't have the dexterity for that, I'm going to be honest. It takes more coordination than I'm capable of. Most people also dread their first bowel movement after giving birth, especially when they have stitches. I was no different. I found that getting sort of like a wad of toilet paper and holding it to my labia area while having a bowel movement prevented that feeling that I might damage the stitches or worse. And again, that might feel quite uncomfortable for some people to do, but it really, really does help. So if you have sort of sensory issues with your hands, using a bit more toilet paper or even putting on some gloves, if that would be helpful for you, sort of medically gloves, just to help those first few days. It's obviously really important to keep things clean and as dry as possible. And if you have quite a significant tear and you need a lot of stitches, then you might be offered some physiotherapy to make sure that everything is still okay and that you're not at an increased risk of having like a vaginal prolapse or any continence issues afterwards. I was offered that after my first. It wasn't necessary after my second. So again, even if you've needed quite a lot of stitches on one pregnancy and birth, it doesn't mean that that's always going to be the case.